Always do. What is the relevance of a university if it cannot be linked with what is happening in society? And we have always been doing that. So it's part of our planning to make sure that we synchronize the activities of the public-spirited groups and social groups in the societies, and then with what we're doing as educators. The university stands to make itself well known globally and nationally. You know, one of the things that universities do and must be doing is to extend themselves globally. There is a danger in becoming complacent in your little corner and thinking that you're doing the best. So if you watch, every university takes delight in ensuring that it is having collaborations and relationships with other universities within the nation, outside of the nation, across the oceans. So it will just fall in line with what universities do, what we have been doing. So far, we have over 30 memoranda of understanding. Just a week ago, I returned from the United States. One of the things that I went to do was to establish greater collaborations, to talk to those universities that we are in collaboration and in relationship with, and to expand it. So this becomes one of the major ways by which we will get ourselves known nationally and internationally, exchanging ideas, exchanging research, exchanging professionals. Some of our people going to Turkey and Morocco, other nations coming, because we just heard that in the whole of Africa, Ghana and Morocco are the only two countries. So that provides us opportunities to extend ourselves and to offer support by way of education and empowering the people to live and work towards the Millennium Development Goals. We are doing it, and that's why the University of Education Winneba has taken it upon itself, because we have a mandate from the government to be the leading teacher education university. And so by embracing it and by taking it as one of our precious babies, we will be supporting government's efforts at attaining that by 2030. I intend doing that by expanding the promotion processes. What makes universities big is that they have bigger and wider postgraduate programs, that they have bigger and larger numbers of professors and professionals and academics and researchers, that they have the facilities and the equipment to do what their mandate allows them to do. If you are always in your own little corner and do little things, you can become so happy and excited and complacent, and it's very dangerous. So, but by visiting these big universities, I myself went to a very prestigious university in Fordham, and I used to go to Columbia because our Lincoln Center campus in New York City is right across the street from Columbia, and I had some colleagues there. In fact, I had some professors from Columbia University, and then, so that's how we want to do it, by rubbing shoulders, by interacting with them, by exchanging ideas, by visiting them, by allowing them to visit with us, by organizing programs that they can attend, by letting them organize programs that we too can attend. And by the way, these big universities are big also because they extend themselves across the boundaries. They make noise and say, we are affiliated to 30 universities in Ghana, in Africa. We have taken on 5 professors from Ghana, Africa, who are on Fulbright scholarship or who are on sabbatical. And so it's very easy to do, because I saw that for the 7 years I was in my university in New York, and so we can continue doing that. We can do that. It's doable. We have already started doing it. In the past 2 years, as many as 170 senior members have been promoted from one level to another. That tells you the kind of leadership we are bringing to this university. And by doing that, you are beginning to rub shoulders. I know what big universities across the globe do. And so with a lot of other people in the team here in this university, we can easily do that. Do I look like I'm a troubled person?
On your neck constantly.
I don't pay attention to unnecessary distractions. I'm very, very positioned. I'm very poised. These are some people will call it occupational hazard. But I don't think that these things bother me at all. If you don't know where you are going, then any little thing confuses you. But I know exactly where I'm going and I know exactly what I'm doing. Talk to anybody in this university and you yourself take time and look around. Even this building in front of which we are, how did it look like a few months ago and a few years ago? And for the first time, within the 2 weeks that I was away, I came back and found this place beautifully painted. We had put in place all the necessary systems. Go to the faculty block and you will see 4 lecture theaters that have been constructed and completed and are going to be commissioned within the next few months. You will look right behind them, there are 4 other lecture theaters that are being constructed. You come to the South Campus, there are 2 that are being constructed. Kumasi and Mampong have others that are being constructed. There is going to be a state-of-the-art, the first of its student center. It's found only in the United States and maybe UK. We are doing that. So I'm not in the least disturbed about anything. I'm very focused and I'm too busy to even be distracted by these things that are not so important.
Ghana has been recognized as a good destination for the development or the conversion of the SDGs into a curriculum. That's the first point. The second point is that once charity is beginning at home, obviously we are likely to train and teach people within the country to understand the intricacies of all the SDGs, to allow for them to be able to better understand, appreciate, and use and take steps to implement the SDGs. Because it's one thing knowing the SDG, and it's another thing living it and implementing it. And therefore, by our involvement in the development of the curriculum as a nation, it's a pride to the nation. And the fact that University of Education was identified to play this important role, it tells you that our educational system has been recognized. When you look at the World Bank Organization just recently released a publication that says that we are in learning crisis, which clearly indicate that, I mean, our educational system is not equipping people with the knowledge that they desire to be able to live the expected life. You understand? And therefore, casting the net and identifying Ghana as a destination where they would want to experiment. Nobody would want to go to a place where they know is going to fail, and then they would want to identify with such a country that is a failure. So our educational structures, we've been able to provide a lot of experts in various areas, and therefore coming here endorses the fact that there has been a recognition for our efforts in our educational sector. There has been effort in our concerted effort towards bringing, having a university hub that trains teachers at all levels. There is a recognition for our contribution towards the curriculum development and all of that, because we are only 3 countries in the world: Turkey, Morocco, Ghana. And now Ghana is actually leading, courtesy the able leadership of Right Reverend Broni and the team at the University of Education. So I must say that, I mean, one good turn deserves another. So we should expect more of such collaboration
We had
to come.
it lasting for 1 year here. So after the 1 year, will it move to other universities in Ghana?
No, it's not going to move into other universities in Ghana. It's rather a phased approach. So the first phase is to identify what we need to do to convert all the 17 SDGs into a curriculum in context to Ghana. And once we have done that, then we get the blueprint. So all other universities that identify with the SDGs will have to fall in line, and they will use that blueprint to develop further programs in their respective universities for institution in those universities. So it's not just ending there, but rather the starting point, and a lot will follow.
So practicality, what do you expect? What is expected of the University of Education?
What is expected of the University of Education is to continue with their expert ideas and the brilliant way they do things, training teachers and making sure that they come up with the quality of materials that will be required to ensure that we translate these SDGs into curriculum that is trainable, that you can use to teach people from the kindergarten to the university level. So we know them. I mean, they've done, a lot of such things in the past. And for the world to recognize them, it tells you that we have made the right decision. So what we are expecting is that nothing less than their expert ideas that they have done, which attracted the attention of the world body. They train teachers in the country, and they developed a lot of curriculum. You heard what the Vice Chancellor said, where in the country, putting together the curriculum and then putting together the curriculum, about 1/3 of the professors from the university participated in that. You understand? And it doesn't end here. It doesn't end here. There are a lot more that they have done. You know, it's one university that trains people and they practice what they've been trained to do. You go to other universities, and when they finish, they don't get jobs, and they have to just resort to doing other things. But when you come to University of Education, you are trained to be a teacher, you go back and you teach. Whatever you are trained to do, you go back and you get job to do. And that's what has attracted us to come here, because they are result-oriented and very practical in their approach of doing things.